Are you guys ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Jesus.
My name's Pao.
Welcome back to another Vive con Huevos podcast.
Woo!
It's already 3 weeks later, but it's Jesus's almost birthday today, the day that we're recording.
Happy
Pre-birthday.
almost birthday, Jesus.
Now,
Yeah.
when this is out, it's already been my birthday.
Yeah. You're already the year that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So if you
Wait,
say
what?
happy birthday after this, it's too late.
It's
Yeah.
too late. You're
Fuck
a
you.
fake fan.
Yeah.
You should have known.
And we're taking it back because it's a special occasion day. We have talk cans. We have not had, except for Comadre Pao, we have not had talk cans.
I mean, we're taking it back, though. This was always my drink.
During a talk can talk in quite some time. Pacifico, sponsor us, bro.
In
Look at
quite
this shit.
some
I wear
time.
all the sponsor shit.
I
Shout
just-
out
Just
Joe.
repping everyone.
Why'd you say it like that?
What?
In quite some time.
Who are you repping on your hat?
Vive con Huevos. It should have already dropped.
It's backwards, you guys.
And Jovi on the front and Pacifico on my left, my back. And Te
No
Salud.
free ads.
And Te Salud in my system.
No free ads from me.
Oh, Jesus is a walking
Jesus is
Disney
a walking Disney
billboard right
billboard,
now.
I
I'm
know.
still in withdrawals.
It's
So,
a nice.
Yeah,
That's a
it
nice.
is, that is actually really nice.
Actually, I never told you this. After that day that we recorded that episode and you were telling us all about it, I dreamt that Melly, Danny, and I went on a Disney cruise, but it was like an adult-only Disney cruise, like no kids allowed. What?
Sorry, I just felt like I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
No, she's recording.
Yeah.
I can hear
No,
myself.
you're good. I'm just really deaf.
Yeah, you were. I don't really remember the dream, but it wasn't going great. It was like, you know those North Sea TikToks with the really scary song?
The Alaska ones?
Yeah, they're not. It's not Alaska. It's like up in Europe somewhere.
Excuse me, sorry. I thought it was Alaska.
The North Sea ones? No.
Have you ever seen them?
I don't know
You're
what-
talking about like the fishing ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's like the North Sea. And so it's like you made it to North Sea TikTok. And it's so that really, okay, I want to look this up because you guys will know the song because it like scares me every single
But it's like those crazy drops, no? When like
Yeah.
when it's like it's like
Yeah.
catching the wave and it's like,
Yes.
you never seen those?
I have
That's
no
fucking-
idea what
those
you guys are
fucking
talking about.
Crazy, bro.
My TikTok's on something else.
Oh.
You never heard this?
Oh, like the Viking type of.
But it's like the boats in the ocean.
uh,
And I think ever since I started watching these TikToks, I'm like terrified of cruises because I'm like, fuck that. Imagine you're stuck in that shit. A lot of it's AI.
No, I think some of that's real.
Yeah, some of it is real, but a lot of the new ones have been like a lot of AI. But the other day I saw a TikTok that was like, the North Sea TikToks are only scary because of the Yo-Ho song, and they put like a
Disney
happy
song.
song
Imagine we
on
should
it.
start doing
And I
this
was like,
shit.
honestly, that shit's still scary to me. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
The sea is scary.
but when
the
you
sea
on
is
cruises,
scary.
it's never like that. Like they plan ahead. They know how it's gonna be, and
Yeah.
they'll let you know if it's gonna be a little bumpy. But
I think it's just one of those
I don't know,
irrational
man. I
fears.
got mad respect for the ocean. It's a scary place,
Yeah.
but I love it.
a lot of delicious food.
Still
Comes from
thinking
the
about that
ocean.
shit. But before we get into today's topics,
And today's
I want to start off this podcast with an apology. Not because anybody me cagó el palo or anything. It's just
the cagations. of
El
Paulo.
cagations del
Should I move
palation.
this?
What? What?
Should I move this out
Oh.
of the frame?
I mean, if you want,
Sorry.
that's cool. Comadre Pao and her Comadre Paoisms. You
Oh, but now it's in our frame.
just stand up like this on the corner. There you go.
There we go.
Math.
Sorry about that.
I was listening back to try to find a clip for last episode's podcast, and I really feel like I tend to villainize my family. And in no way, shape, or form is that my intention. I just feel like I've been through a lot, and I just really want to preface the fact that like it's okay to have gone through the things that you went through when you
Yeah.
were younger. It's just how to come out of that and heal yourself, basically, right? That's a lot of the preface around a lot of things that we talk about. And because I did have a lot of trauma growing up, or there's a lot of things that I saw, and now I'm okay with verbalizing that. Like, I just feel like it comes off as I'm like villainizing my family, but I'm really not. I honestly, like, I love my family.
Of course.
Like, I love my dad and my mom and my sister. It's just, we've just been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So family, I'm sorry. I love you. I do tend to villainize you a lot, but we've grown, we've healed, or healing. And there's just a lot of things that I like to talk about and shed light because I feel like at least I know a lot of people say like coming from a Latino family, but like coming from my Latino family, there's a lot of things that we tend to hide behind or shield or not really talk about. And we like to say, hey, I want to talk about it because I want to heal, but we really don't get to the root and surface of the problems. So I'm just here to say, like, my family's cool. I've healed, and you guys can get through it too. That's all I'm trying to say. And like the last podcast, I was talking to him about like my dad like would compare me a lot to this one girl like back in elementary school and stuff like that. And I really just wanted to come back and be like, I don't think they would compare us in a malicious manner. It was just, I think, them immigrating to the United States, they sacrificed a lot. So to them, putting all of my effort and energy into my studies was obviously like their number one priority. And I had nothing to do. So I think they felt it was like, pues güey, tú no tienes nada que hacer. Like, this is your job, is school. So like, you know, make it your priority and do your best. And I think that's where they were coming from. And obviously in my young, untrained mind, like it didn't come off that way.
Yeah.
It was just more of like,
Well,
oh, they're
course
judging me.
Well, yeah, because you're a kid. You don't know.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
didn't
why
know
there's
better,
ways to speak to kids. Or,
Yeah, and then,
you know.
well, like, I mean, if you ask me on a deeper level, it's also like, well, they grew up a certain way, and maybe they didn't realize how to talk to a kid because that's the way they were spoken to back in their time, their country, or whatever, right? So it's not that I try to villainize my family. It's just more of like I want to shed light into like things that happen, and we're all okay.
yeah, things that happen to a lot of people too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's really relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, why did they say something also?
No, not at all. Actually, my parents are actually pretty good at
Todo regañado, el padre.
and not calling me out. If anything, they call me out on like my drinking when I'm on pods, but not really the stupid shit that I say or the things that I bring up in general.
Because I feel like you're pretty open with your family as it is. You know, like you're not different like here at home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or at your parents. Like
No.
you're the same person and like you speak your mind.
Yeah.
So I think if you were like this quiet person when we would go to your parents and like wouldn't speak your mind or wouldn't, you know, like
And
bring
then
things
next
up.
thing you know, everything's on the internet.
And then, and then you're like putting them on blast. Then I think maybe they'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Talk to me, you know? But since you do say what's on your mind, I don't think they take it that way. But
Yeah.
could be wrong. Not sure, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, I think my dad's pretty good at, because he's the one that like, he listens on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as it drops, he's listening. So he's pretty good at like calling me out on my shit.
Feedback.
Yeah. My mom takes a bit because I don't know how her algorithm works because she's like on random episodes. But anyways, I just wanted to say that. And damn, I don't know if I should bring this up. It's kind of sad.
Bring it up.
I don't know. It might make me cry.
Take out the pistol.
I know. So most of you know I have a thing, like a soft spot for viejitos. I don't know why. It is what it is. I have a soft spot for viejitos. So my dad and I, in the carpet cleaning business that we have, we take care of this assisted living facility. We take care of like their common areas. They have like, I don't know, hundreds of fucking rooms with carpets, and we take care of their carpets, right? And I was walking through the hallways, and I happened to come across a showing. It was a family member. I'm assuming the daughter and her husband or whatever. Point it was two younger adults and the viejito. Come on, their bells all set already. And like, I'm just analyzing the situation because I was like cleaning the hallways, and I was like, obviously all of this shit is like going out in front of me. They're like giving him the tour, and they're like, oh, wait, here's the pool. They're just showing all the amenities, right?
Yeah.
And the person giving the tour is talking to just
The family.
the family.
That makes me so sad.
And the viejito was in the back just kind of soaking it all in, right? So I kind of wanted to put myself in his position.
Yeah.
And like how confusing, like there's just so many emotions that like what probably was running through my man's head, right? Like, fuck, like I'm losing my independence. Probably selling his house. And like he's going into like a world he doesn't really know. It's basically like a big ass summer camp that someone just threw you at, you know?
All inclusive.
Yeah, an all inclusive resort, but
But
for the rest
paying
of your
for it.
life, yeah, that you're paying for. But I really want to preface the fact that like when I saw the viejito, like he just looked so beat and like sad and like confused, and I couldn't just help but like put myself in that situation and like think about like what's gonna happen when our parents are older, you know, especially my parents. My parents are on like a little bit more on the older side. My suegra, I think she's gonna put me to rest.
Bro, for real, she's gonna outlive all of us.
Yeah. But like on my side of the family, like my parents' side, they're a little bit more on the older side. Not super old, but they're more on the older side. So I just feel like that's more of a bigger reality for me than it is for like maybe Bao and her mom. And I was like, fuck, like what am I gonna do? Like, have you guys ever thought about that, or like have had that conversation with like your family? Like what's gonna, especially you, because you're the oldest, so I don't know how that
Hospice.
falls. Hospice.
Bro, fucking savage. He's obviously not affected by this story.
Just kidding. I've told him to. I've joked around with it.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I feel like in a Latino household, like homes are just not an option, you know, for the majority of,
Right,
of
yeah.
Latinos. I don't think it's ever anything that like it's not a place that I would want to put anybody in my life. I understand that there's people that like have to do it. I also understand that it's not the worst thing for them, because like now they're surrounded by this community of like people their age and like with things to do, you know.
Horny people.
Okay, I was gonna say that. You know, nursing facilities and assisted livings have the highest rate of STDs.
That's
I've heard.
disgusting. All right, well, never mind. I take everything back.
They're just all horneados in there.
That's gross.
It's like a frat house. In there.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I think if they want to go there, they should go there. If they don't want to go there, like we owe it to them to like take care of them.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know.
Well, I'm the first one to be like, no, come, or we'll figure it out. Either you come live with me, we'll we'll sell your house, buy a bigger house that has like a separate little house in the back. I'm like the last person to put someone in a facility like that, just because I worked in there and I've worked that industry, and I know like what can go on in the background, and it's not. Sometimes you think it's the best thing to do.
Wait, but is this a facility or like an old people home? Like a.
It's
like
an old
just-
people home.
Yeah, so they don't need like
they have different
doctor
sections
care.
of the.
Oh, okay.
So they have like assisted living, the ones that are pretty independent, and then they actually have like villas too. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
No, this area is like huge.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's ginormous. It's like a whole other city.
Yeah. I have a friend that her grandma like actually looks forward to like
Yeah.
going to one of those, but because she's like a very social person,
Yeah.
you know? So like I understand, like if they want to, and they like, because there's some where you just kind of buy your apartment and like all everybody in the apartment
Yeah.
complex is that, and they have like the little buses that pick you up
Yeah.
and take you to things, you know? Like I think that's cool, but like when it's somebody that doesn't want to be there, or you're like kind of just doing it because like they need to be somewhere and you don't want to take that burden on, like I don't know, that makes me sad.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was a very sad and interesting moment, because I don't think I had ever like thought about it. Like I've worked in assisted living.
You're going to a home, Mom. You keep acting the way you act.
You keep judging the podcast, and I'm gonna put you in a home. And I put myself in that situation because I've worked in those areas, in those industries, and like antes no me causaba lástima, because like I would put my right foot forward and I'd be like, okay, this person is here, I'm gonna give this little person my all, right?
Yeah.
Y yo los atendía, les daba de comer, like change their diapers, whatever it is. But then today was like the first time I actually looked at it from the outside looking in.
Well, and because I think it was a little different too, because you worked somewhere where they needed the care.
Yeah.
Like there's these homes where you went, they don't. Well, you
Well,
have
in the
different
area that I was
sections.
in, no, they were pretty independent.
Independent, yeah. So it's a little different, you know. Like when you need the care, like that's a different story for me, because we don't all have time or the money to be somewhere with someone all the time, to have to change them, have to bathe them, have to feed them. Like I think that warrants a different conversation. I'm looking at just the homes where they go live because they can't live by themselves.
Got it.
But they can be pretty
Like they're pretty independent. Like they
Uh-huh.
still can cook and get up. And,
Yeah, like that to me, like I think there's something else you can do. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, you buy a house with the house in the back, or you get them someone that comes over and spends some time with them throughout the day, like, you know. But when it comes to needing the care, like, yeah, that's very different for me, because like, I mean, at this point in time, if we needed to do that, like neither you or I have the finances or the time, or like
I would exploit them on the podcast. I would just make them sit there.
no, that's the worst.
Is it funme.com?
Yeah. Imagine when they're just
That is
fucking telling us
horrible.
stories. Well, that's what I would do with them. I would sit down. That was the best. I honestly, Vitality Bowls, the best business I ever had because I wasn't doing shit and like I was just telling people what to do. The best job I had ever had was working in an assisted living facility. It had its moments, especially that one time that I got shitted on.
That's no.
But
That shit ain't for the weak.
But I'm gonna say 70% of my day, yo nomás estaba ahí chismeando con las señoras y los señores,
Yeah.
and especially
It's part of your job.
especially with the demographic that I was on. So I was in more southern San Diego, so it's a lot of like Latinos, Hispanics. So I mean, they love their chisme.
Yeah, and that is what you're getting paid for, is to keep them company too. Not just to change them or to bathe them or to feed them. Like these people need company. Like you don't, and that's why I say like I'm not totally against them, because maybe it is better for someone to be in a home like that and be surrounded by more people than to be at home by themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think that also causes a different type of depression that ultimately can kill them quicker than being surrounded by others.
Oh man, I think you reminded me. I think I had talked to you about this. I think one of the worst days I had ever had working at the assisted living facility is I was talking to a viejito. And this dude was like down in the dumps one day, and he typically wasn't like that. He was pretty cheerful and like kind of full of life. He was always talking shit, just walking around the facility doing his thing, hitting on all the RNs and CNAs. And one day I saw him like kind of just down in the dumps. Excuse me, sorry, Pacifico's making me really burpy today. And I go up to him. I did my rounds, but like I had it in the back of my mind, like he looks sad. I'm gonna go talk to him today. So I finally got like a little bit of time after I did my rounds, and I went to go talk to him, and then I asked him what's up, and he started like venting a little bit, but he was one of those like very macho old fucking Mexicans that he didn't really want to talk about his feelings. And then finally at one point I got him to crack, and I don't know why my voice is like that right now, but I got him to crack. And long story short, I guess one of his friends had passed away.
Oh,
Did I tell you about this one?
I think so.
Yeah, and then like I'm gonna butcher what he said, but basically, in the theory, what he said was like, these are my best friends, like people that I grew up with. Like they experienced everything together, pedas, births of their kids, just life, because it's a different generation, right? It was like, well, they saw each other grow up from like, I don't know, young teenagers to like whatever life there is. So he goes to that funeral that weekend. And he's like, Mijo, this is the first time that I had to experience something without all of my friends there. And I was like, fuck, like that hit.
And it was, you know what? It's probably a different kind of friendship because, like, right, we're growing up, but we're growing up seeing each other on social media.
Yeah.
They actually had to hang out.
Yeah.
Or, like, to actually grow up
different
together.
Yeah, it was a different type of connection. Well, yeah, because, like, when I think about, like, not even that far back ago when we would hang out in Temple, like, the connection was a lot different than it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why I think the majority of our friends listen to the podcast is because they have that week-to-week connection now versus, like, I mean, it was funny. We were planning my oldest niece's birthday, and my sister was like, dude, it's like 2 months away. And I was like, dude, I'm literally booked until like March next year. Like, not even exaggerating.
I can show up for an hour.
Yeah. When can you pencil me in?
We're moving at a really fast rate, but I don't know. Getting old scares me.
Yeah. Oh, and that was another thing that hit me today too. My dad was the first time today where he like, I saw him kind of sad, and like there was the first time today that he was like, I don't want to get old. And I was like, oh shit. Like, and I'm really bad when it comes to people expressing themselves in front of me. I shut down.
He is bad, guys.
I am
He's really bad.
I'm the type of friend that will shut down or say something really stupid because I don't know how to act.
Like, you'd think he'd be really good at it because like he has a podcast that talks about feelings, but he's literally the meme where he gets like the broom and pats you on the back.
I
Okay?
am the fucking worst. And it sucks because like I shut down even harder when it comes down to my family talking about their feelings. Like when it's friends, like I'm like, fuck, okay, and I'll sit there a little bit and I'll think about something to say. But I think with my family, like I just don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Or like or come off as like insensitive or cold-hearted. Mm-hmm. And he said that today, and I literally, I mean, I'm sorry, Dad. I sat there and I was like, no sé qué decirte, güey. It's like, and literally, like, my mind being me, being Marionisms, I really just want to be like, well, yeah, that's life, bro. But
Compra Botox.
Getting old is all mental.
Yeah.
Getting old is all mental. We don't have to get old if we don't want to.
yeah, that's true.
Keep your health in check. Health is wealth. You drink your water, you take your supplements, you get your steps in, and truth, like, that'll help. That'll help so much. Obviously, like, we all age, right? And life is life, and it's also a cycle. I know that. I'm not fucking delusional. I wish I was living in Delulu land, but I'm not. I'm very self-aware.
I'm pretty delulu.
But like, I mean, we can really delay that
Yeah.
by taking care of ourselves. But yeah, I think aging is real. Getting old is like, it's mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's all how you
young
take
forever.
care of yourself. I mean, there's old people that like do triathlon still, or like or hella lift weights. They go swimming and stuff.
I was right now that you mentioned that, I follow a chef here that's from San Diego. She's very popular, Chef Marcela, and she just recently did a 2-week the 2-week Camino de Santiago. So there's like a 2-week one and a 30-day one, right?
Oh, shit, that's in the
it's in the frame.
This guy got fucking high. You guys didn't get high?
No. She did the 2-week walk, and she was talking about how her favorite people that she met along the way were like these 60 and 70-year-olds that were doing this walk. And she was like, like, all you do is walk all day. I don't know if you know what Camino de Santiago is, Jesus, but it's this walk in Europe. It's a pilgrimage.
I was gonna say, it's not the one in Mexico, right?
No, it's the one in Europe. So I don't know all the details, but technically you're supposed to walk from end to end, and it's 30 days, and like it certifies you as a pilgrim because it's like for that. It's like what the pilgrim
you did the walk
to do. But you stop. It's supposed to be like a spiritual finding type of walk, right? But like people do it for all kinds of different reasons. And so whatever, she kind of like documented her walk, and I know a couple other people that did it, but she was talking about how like there was all of these other people, and they were so much older than her, and like not complaining, like getting shit done, and it's just because like the activity in their life was there.
Yeah.
And so it just helped them like have that what is it, like when your
cardiovascular?
Yeah. It's not the word I'm looking for, but yeah, like it's just like they were able to complete it without as many issues, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I know you get on my case a lot, and I'm always like super lazy about it, but it is like just staying active, at least that you guys are doing really well with your at least 30-minute walk a day.
Yeah.
And I get on my, especially my dad, because my dad likes to like, se queja mucho. There we go again. Villainizing my family. He's like, oh, I don't have time, or I'm tired, but I think we've talked about it before. It's going to be worse later on when I really can't get up and do anything, and wish that I could go back when I was younger and be like, damn, I should have, que me cuesta 30 minutos,
Yeah. Trust me, it's hard. Like, so for those of you that don't know, I'm doing this like 30-minute walk challenge with 2 of my friends. And it all started because one of my friends started doing it with her uncle because of their health. Not because like they're unhealthy, but like whatever. They were just like, oh, we should do this, like get our steps in. And then one of my other friends and I were like, wait, we want in. So we kind of started doing it. And so there's $100 on the line. Whoever drops out first has to pay each of us $50. And it's 30 minutes every single day. No excuses. So either you walk around your house for 30 minutes, like you figure it out, but you have to walk for 30 minutes. And this past weekend that we were in LA, like that shit got hard because I was like, I'm somewhere, like
shout out Carlos and Jess from El Sabo, dude. We were in their, I was in their kitchen just walking around. I literally
walked in circles around their island until I got my 30 minutes in.
Meanwhile, all 3 of us are just drinking Happy Dads with
watching a movie. Yeah. And I was like, dude, like it's hard. Like, and then the next day I was supposed to get up early to go walk around because they live in like this little community. So I was like, oh, I'll go walk around the community. But we were leaving early as it was. So I was like, oh, I ended up not getting up. So
we went to sleep pretty late.
Yeah.
Ish. Not super late, but yeah.
So then in one of the breaks that we had, we went out to walk, and I was like, we gotta walk. We gotta get our steps in, and like finding the time in your day, but like it's doable. If 9:30 p.m. right before bed, walk 30 minutes. And I would I have a walking pad What
Yeah.
happened? Oh.
Oh, I burped.
And I'll like read while I walk, and then and like I'm finding my.
All right, is this being tracked, or are you guys just doing like Scout's honor?
Well, like we send pictures, so like I have an app
Val
on
just
my
changes
phone.
her clothes like 5 times in one day. And
Don't fucking say that because that's not true.
There's a little water in her face.
No, Katia, because I don't have a watch. So my other two friends send a picture of their watch after they complete their walk, and then I'll send either a picture of the walking pad or my walking app.
Why don't you use like the health app?
The health app, does it track your walks too? Oh, I didn't know that. I downloaded the Nike app or whatever.
Under Armour.
And
I mean, that
or
works
Under
too.
Armour,
Yeah, same thing. But yeah,
And
the actual Apple one.
Yeah. I could
counts her
prove
steps.
because it tracks where I walked. Okay.
Does Pam work out?
Yeah, she does. She goes walking when she goes comes home, does her squats and all that.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I do. I think I've said this already, but like if I go like to the stores, I park
Pretty
far
far.
away.
Oh yeah.
I realized that I was getting lazy with bigger water bottles, so I bought a smaller water bottle, so I can go more often upstairs to fill up the water.
Oh, okay.
Like little things like
throughout
that.
your day.
Yeah.
Like
To get the
switching little
steps in.
things.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Or even if I go to the store, I'll just go through the whole store, even though I know what I'm getting already, just to
Just to get some
Yeah.
steps in.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Well, that's funny because one of my friends that is doing the challenge was telling us the other day that she had to get creative because she didn't have a walking pad yet, and it's getting dark early now,
earlier,
and
yeah.
so her time was over. Like the sun had gone down, so she went to the grocery store and just walked up and down the aisles for 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm
Imagine
telling
security's just watching you like, what the fuck?
you, this is making us get really creative. But it's like it's 30 minutes of your day. Like, what don't you do for 30
Are you guys ever going
minutes?
to do like group workouts?
Yeah,
Group walks?
We were supposed to meet up the other day, but it was raining in the morning.
Oh, yeah. It was like that weird week that we had.
Yeah. So, but we do want to. I eventually want to start adding like ankle weights and wrist weights too, like little by little. I mean, I work
The
out
vest.
aside from the walking.
I have a vest.
Yeah,
It's like
but
an 80
like,
pound vest, I think.
Oh yeah, the one you took to the podcast.
Yeah.
yeah. So like now, like yeah, okay, they're leisure walks. It's not to work out. It's just to get your steps in. Like get 30 minutes of fresh air or whatever. But I am gonna start making them more of a like weight focused walks too, especially for this
What
wedding.
I really need to start doing, hey, yo, those of you who are under 30,
appreciate your life.
no, start working on your mobility, yo. Oh my God, dude, I fucking sometimes, it's not just because I'm fat, yo. Like, there's days where I like, me cuesta levantarme, güey. Like, I'm just like, oh, mi espalda, o mis rodillas, güey. Or duermo chueco y pues ya valió verga todo mi día. And like, it really is just mobility. Because I mean, now that I've
Mobility
been
is
working
real.
out a little bit more and like I'm going with the physiotherapist, like it's been helping me tremendously. Like I have no more shoulder pain. I have a little bit of back pain, but honestly, sometimes I carry the machines in ways I'm not supposed to. And like the machines for the carpet cleaning are pretty fucking heavy. But there's days where like, maybe I had an easy day, but my body hurts.
Yeah.
And it's just mobility and it's just stretching. Like, dude, can you touch your toes?
Yeah.
Well,
No, without bending your
without
knees.
bending knees? Your knees? You're sitting down, fool.
Like if you sit on the floor and try to touch your toes, I
Like,
can't
no,
even
I
standing
do
wouldn't.
that.
I'd probably like get to like,
Yeah, no, I can't
Yeah.
even do that. But I've never been able to, even when I was young. And
Really?
Like, yeah, I've never been able to touch my
and when
toes.
you in private
So you cheated in head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah.
No, because you're just supposed to sit down and try to touch, like move forward.
In
and
public school, did you guys have to? Oh, it's because you didn't go to a public school, middle school, huh?
touch. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Well, it was
Did
a
you guys have to do the
preparatory.
reach test, where there's like a little block that you put on your legs and you try to like reach as far as you can?
No,
It's like the P, like the
Like a-
like the physical education standards or test
Yeah.
or whatever.
maybe I don't remember.
Oh, I saw that the other day. I couldn't relate because private school.
I always
So-
remember the one where you had to touch your hands on your back. I could do
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
that one.
I remember so
the
many people
whale
would
test.
struggle with it. Yeah.
Which one?
The whale test. You get on your stomach and you just try to put your head up, and they would put a ruler from your your
Oh,
chin
I
to
don't
the floor.
remember that one.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a thing. I barely
no.
passed that.
The only two I remember is that one and the sit up ones where people would hold your feet and you had to do as many sit ups as you
Oh,
could.
I remember, dude. I trained so hard when I for those of you who don't know, I mean, very people you know about this, but I applied to be a CBP agent one time, a while back ago, and it was like you had to do like 50 sit-ups, or it was like 50 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, And I forgot what else. The mile run.
Damn, sounds like my personal training.
No, but I mean, I completed it.
No, I'm just kidding. It's because I ando peleada con mi personal trainer ahorita.
And I completed it. I remember I completed the whole test, but I do remember when I was doing the sit-ups, dude, I needed to fart so bad. And this guy, like random guy, I don't know. Obviously, he's conducting the test. Is just there, and I was like, dude. And I was like, is there some way that we can pause because you're about to get just...
You told him?
Yeah, I did.
What'd he say?
Because I wasn't going to be able to complete it if I didn't fart.
And what'd he say?
He just laughed and he goes, it's okay. It happens all the time.
Bro, for those of you that don't know, Mario definitely has some crazy gut issues. He always has to fart or poop.
I think it's a guy thing.
I don't know, man.
I'm always farting.
I
I
like,
guess.
Like if we go on road trips, I plan my route based on how many times I know I'm gonna have to poop.
We've never gone on real road trips, so.
Well, like I think the furthest one is Arizona. Shout out Andy.
Going to Del Mar's.
Oh,
Like, oh,
yeah.
we're gonna stop here.
No, we didn't even stop once, though.
It's because it's only like 3 hours. Actually, I held it till we got to the hotel, and
That's true. That is the first thing you want to do.
yeah.
Fine, I get it. I'll go work out.
Everyone's gotta get movement
Everyone's doing
in.
it. You know, I actually was thinking about. Well, first because my girlfriend started doing it, and then Andres telling me, "Oh, I started working at the gym. I'm so sore." Then I come here and you guys start telling me,
It's a
like,
sign.
you know what? Fine.
You have to.
I'm just gonna go do a lap around Roar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
You
the
for
age,
real? It's right down the
I
street
know.
of your house.
I'm gonna
After
drive to
the-
Roar, then do the lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Or
yeah.
just
You don't
walk
have
up
to
your
watch-
hill, dude. That's a
that's
a
a
crazy
massive,
ass workout
yeah.
right there.
I'm
No.
afraid of the cougars.
After the age of
Do you have cougars
30.
out there?
Like cougars.
Oh.
Like actual cougars.
Really?
Well, like just a wild animal.
Wild animals, yeah, there are. After the age of 30, we start losing muscle mass if we're not proactively doing anything to gain muscle mass. You just lose it. And when you're older, the most important thing is having muscle, because that's why older people like
There's
they
a
don't-
word.
It's not disintegrate, but they
No,
like
there's a word
they
for
get
it.
They
small.
shrivel.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know
They
what the word is
dehydrate.
right now.
No, there's a word.
But well, that's why as you get older, you get smaller because your muscles really do start getting smaller, and you start having less mobility.
And your bones, they like
Yeah.
You like prune up.
Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's after the age of 30. It all just starts happening naturally. So everybody's got to get their weights in. Everybody's got to get their walks in, and then we're all gonna do great.
Drink your water. Drink your
Drink your water.
probiotics. Multivitamins.
Yes, if you can, split the multivitamin and drink the actual vitamins.
We're getting really old. All right, let's move on because we fucking lost a hell of people right
All
now.
the
They're like,
gyms-
yo, fuck these
all
guys.
All the,
the fuck?
well, this is so you guys can keep it in
For
mind.
real, those of you under 30,
Take it
this
from-
is a PSA announcement, all right? Just fucking do your workouts, do your stretches. And
right
if you're
now.
over 30, just get into the fucking gym.
Right now that you say that, Anita
Uh-huh.
came out with this tweet, I think, or I don't know what you call an X post anymore. Is it a tweet? It's not a tweet. What do you post now?
It's an
UI.
X. I
Huh?
don't know.
It's
An
an,
X.
whatever. I think it was a tweet or a Instagram post. I don't know, but it said, "I apologize to all of my friends that were over the age of 30 that I used to judge for not going to the after parties.
Oh,
I am now
yeah.
31, and all I want to do is go under my blanket after everything." And I was like, "Dude, this is fucking facts."
Yo, for real, we were in LA, and then, well, shout out to everybody that was at that
Yeah.
event. Shout out to Caro from Tragos, Yosavo, everybody that was there. De La Lucha, what's up, my homies? But when we went to that second bar, dude, I was struggling.
Really, I actually really liked the bar.
It
so
was
I
it was a
okay.
nice bar. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was just like the lack of oxygen that we had all day from
Yeah.
being inside, and then the lack of food.
Yeah.
Y luego fuimos a comer. Me cayó bien
Yeah, eso sí
pesado
cayó súper pesado.
because
la
we hadn't
comida.
ate all day, and then we go to this other bar to go mingle more. And I was not at my 100. Even when we were eating, I was not at my 100%.
No, when we were eating, I wasn't either. I was
Like I felt
dunzos.
so bad. Like shout out Elio and La Lucha. I know Carlos doesn't really care if I talk to him or not. Like he's down if I don't talk to him.
We talked too much.
Yeah, but like everybody else, I felt so bad that we weren't mingling that much. But like I was tired. I was
think we
dehydrated.
were all on the same page,
Yeah.
though.
And then we finished, and then I was like, me cayó el mal del puerco. The beer me había cayado bien pesado. I didn't even finish my beer. That's how
That's
like
true,
pesado
you
me
didn't.
fue. Yeah, that's how así de pesado me cayó la comida que no me terminé la cerveza.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, take care of your health.
Yeah, and if you can't, robots are gonna take over over your life.
They are gonna take over your life.
AI.
And speaking of AI,
So I saw this TikTok, and then I did my research, and I'm gonna read off my notes because I don't want anybody to fact check me, and I don't want to butcher these facts.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw this TikTok and I was like, what do you mean I use ChatGPT on the daily? And when I tell you I use ChatGPT on
She
the
basically
daily,
owns ChatGPT.
it's crazy how much I started using it, not just for work, but even for like personal life and like questions. Like today I needed to go deposit a
Bao spends so much time alone that she uses ChatGPT just to talk to.
imagine well, now there's people actually doing that. It's weird.
The new update, I think I saw like it was a Chat GPT 0.40 or 4.0 or some shit. You can have conversations with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't pay for my ChatGPT, so I'm on the free version right now.
Oh, I am too.
Like I have a paid work one, but I'm not gonna be asking it my personal
Imagine your boss
questions
just
on
sees
that
all your
work one.
prompts.
No.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
So like this morning, I needed to know if I could deposit a cashier's check at Citibank or if I could deposit cash because I had the cash and I didn't want to go get the cashier's check because you have to pay for a cashier's check. But most banks don't let you deposit cash into an account anymore.
Money laundering 101.
Yeah. And so I was like, like they weren't answering me. So then I asked ChatGPT and it fucking gave me the answer. Google wasn't giving me the answer. Really? Yeah. But ChatGPT knew and it told me, don't take cash. They won't accept it for money laundering, but you can deposit any form of check into anybody else's account.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, Google couldn't give me
this
answer.
You could have asked Jesus.
Yeah.
I know I could have, but it's because it depends on each bank. Every bank has their own rules.
When I was at Chase, it was $100. Anything more than 100, you can't.
You could. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, so ChatGPT is apparently really bad for the environment. If you all don't know this, like all of our servers are like in data centers. You know, it's not like an actual cloud.
It's in one base, right?
Well, there's a lot of bases.
Everyone has their bases.
Yeah. But a lot of them are up like in Northern Virginia, where like all of this power is coming from. But turns out that every ChatGPT request is like pouring out a water bottle and lighting a light bulb for 15 minutes. That's how much energy one ChatGPT request is taking. I did some research and it seems like it's a little skeptical right now. The official one that I saw said one water bottle, 15 minutes for one request. But another one that was done here in another test that was done here in California said it was 15 to 20 requests. Okay. I think it just depends on the extent, like how extensive your request is or the question or like if you keep going, right?
Did you ask for like on average how many prompts are put into ChatGPT a day?
I didn't ChatGPT any of this.
Oh, okay.
No. But one of the TikToks I saw said it was like billions.
She was no longer contributing.
I was like, wait, I gotta fix what I'm doing here. I am contributing to the environment going to shit. And you know who's gonna end up paying for that? Taxpayers. But we'll move on to that.
But you know what?
Yeah. So
That's why
okay.
I'm moving to Argentina.
As I mentioned, our stuff doesn't actually live in a cloud. It's in a data center with all these crazy, gigantic computers. Right? In North Virginia alone, there's 300 data centers that are over 100 million square feet. So every time that you're using AI and specifically ChatGPT, these data centers get affected because their servers run hotter, which means that they need water to cool down. So now it's our electricity and it's our water that's getting affected. And there's not enough water to cool these servers down.
Do they recycle the water or do they just,
I'm assuming they do.
I don't. I'm assuming they do, but it's due to the demand of how many prompts are coming in that there's not enough water.
They're pumping in.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So
when you say water, is that like water for like the AC or water for?
What I'm assuming is like I don't know.
Or water coolers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
water
cooler,
coolers.
yeah.
For like, I guess like the way that the data centers run, like they get really hot, so they need to cool down the space.
But I'm assuming the water like
understanding.
runs through like something.
Yeah.
Well, my computer has I bought a water fan. That's what it has.
So
to keep it cool.
that's what it is then. Yeah. Because it cools down your computer as you're using it. So the question right now is like, where's all this water going to come from? Because there's obviously not enough water in this world because we're always in a fucking drought.
That's why Alaska's melting, guys.
It's actually really sad. The deeper I dove into this, the more I was like, wait, I actually like, if I'm being really honest, didn't realize like how energy really worked, you know? And so one of the examples was like, if by sending one chat GPT prompt, you're using more electricity than a 60-inch TV uses while you're watching TV.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's true. Every time I sit down and watch TV, I'm just generating electricity,
Yeah.
you know? And like, I know that, like, I know the basics of electricity, but I guess I just don't keep it like at the forefront.
Yeah, well, I don't think the majority of people understand
Yeah.
how
it works.
Yeah,
You just kind of know you have it.
I'm not
you
fucking
know?
smart. Yeah, well, I am smart. But.
So yeah. So apparently it's really bad, and they are saying that they need to like triple the amount of sustainability centers that we have. But obviously, like, where's that money gonna come from? And that means that it's gonna double our utility bills in the future. Yeah. So we're looking at potentially everything doubling in price for our utility bills due to the fact that like ChatGPT and AI requires so much power.
Doesn't our correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how this works either. But doesn't our utility bill only cover our city though? So does that mean it's only going to be like the Midwest cities?
No, because those data centers are powering us too.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the data center, not necessarily the electricity power. It's not like.
There's no stupid questions, guys.
No,
Just
I know,
stupid
no.
people.
I'm trying to. I don't know
There's
how to
no stupid
explain
people
it well
either.
because I also like I'm still starting to understand it. But my understanding is like the power that we use for the city is like the AC, and the lights, and that, right?
Yeah.
But like it also pulls from like all of these data centers, and we also like.
Got it.
I don't know. Not 100% sure. I'll come back with those facts, but apparently we're getting all of our backup energy from diesel generators, which is like even worse.
Well, it's like the whole. Sorry, I'm go off on a tangent, but like it's like the Tesla thing, the Tesla chargers. No, it's like they're like, oh, you're conserving electricity or whatever, you're saving the earth. But aren't those chargers based off of like biofuel or biodiesel or something?
That I know of, they have to dig for the battery
They
stuff.
have to. Yeah. Oh, the lithium.
Lithium. And I'm not an expert on it, but I've heard that spending on that or digging the soil for that kind of stuff is just as bad as well. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go
Weird.
off on
No,
a
it's
tangent
okay.
either.
Yeah, so it just means that we're using more fossil fuel emissions, which is like bad. So where it gets really bad is that, so you know how now when you Google something, the first thing is ChatGPT? Well, Microsoft has something very similar, like with Bing. And
I forgot about Bing.
Yeah. Microsoft has a goal to be carbon negative by 2030. So that's in 5 years, right? But their hunger for AI has affected this so much that like now they're like, oh, I don't know. We might not
Fucking just threw it out the window.
Like our goal.
Fuck
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Which is horrible,
Yeah.
you know, like it's just causing like people, obviously there's a demand for it. So then they want to provide it. And so now we're just moving backwards.
Fuck.
Which like, yeah, I don't know.
Damn, and that's crazy because so many things use AI. I mean, we use AI for the podcast.
Yeah.
For a second, I was using AI to do the clips.
Yeah.
I stopped because that fucking software sucked.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so it's just crazy how like when AI first came out, everybody was like, oh, the monsters and the robots and they're all like out to get us, you know? But like this just kind of put a whole different meaning to they're out to get us because now it's like we're the ones that are going to end up paying for all this. And obviously the rich don't give a shit. Like it's only benefiting them, but it's affecting us. And like all of these like fossil fuel emissions and everything that's happening affects lower income communities the most. And people of color, and you know, so
it's
I
like
just
an
feel
ongoing circle of it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I guess I'm gonna stop asking ChatGPT everything.
It's crazy because I don't know how I don't know if you use AI for work, Jesus, but I remember when I was a recruiter for the staffing agency that I worked for, the really basic resumes. Like if someone needed to be a general labor, and well, obviously a general labor, most people don't have resumes, and you know they typically come from areas that they don't really understand what a resume is or what to put in it. I would use ChatGPT to form a resume for me because I didn't want to sit there and do this whole ass resume for this person that has only had 2 jobs in their whole life.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is crazy. It sucks because it's one of those like they dangled the carrot in front of your face, you know, and like
everyone's addicted to it.
Yeah. And well, because they knew that's what was going to happen. Like my question was like, okay, why, if it's such a big issue, and I get it on the business side, it's going to be a completely different issue. And like people don't look at it this way, but like if ChatGPT is causing that much damage? Why did Google integrate ChatGPT? Because that just means that every time I Google something, I also put it into ChatGPT. Whereas leave ChatGPT, and Google, because people are so used to just Googling things that I bet you that's cuts the prompts in half, you know? But why did all of these businesses start to integrate ChatGPT?
I mean, Google technically is an AI. The more people search
but it's
into
not as
harmful
as ChatGPT. And like ChatGPT is the motherboard. So also when I say ChatGPT, like
it's all the AI systems.
AI, because ChatGPT is just the main system.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, maybe it was more of like a learning your audience type of deal. Like, what more can they gain from learning people's habits through AI?
Oh, I'm sure.
Google,
Yeah. Of course. But it's just crazy to me that like they're all just out to get us. You guys.
You know who needs to take off their AI shit is fucking Instagram.
Oh, I hate that
fucking
shit.
hate
For
that
real.
button.
If y'all want to save the world, get rid of that shit.
What is that for?
I hate it. I've
What?
never used it.
I don't understand why that.
Yeah, I accidentally pull it up, or even
Yeah.
on Facebook too.
Anybody that if there is a listener that uses it and likes it, please let me know, because I want to know why.
I don't
and
even understand the functionality
Maybe you can
of it.
explain it to me, and maybe I'm just being a fucking boomer right now, and not understanding how to use something. But yeah,
¿Qué dice L?
I don't know. It's crazy. I was a fan of AI. Now I'm like, well, we gotta. Oh, so as I was like doing my research, I started like reading comments and things like that. And apparently, like things, I know this is small, but if a lot of us do it, then it becomes big, right? Things even as like unsubscribing from emails that you actually don't want or read helps with the
Oh, I was gonna say that was
centers.
gonna be an issue too.
No. Well, the mass email
Yeah.
can be an issue because it's using these data centers. But if you're like me, I have so many subscriptions that like I don't ever open.
Yeah.
I literally just click delete all. And if I just take the time to go through, then that's one less person these data centers are using the energy.
That's
on.
true. I never thought about that when I worked for that software company. It was like all through HubSpot.
Yeah.
And you would obviously put all the clients' information into HubSpot, and you could massively send everybody emails. So I didn't. Wow. Shit, I didn't even think
So
about
like
that.
we do that too
Yeah.
through MailChimp, and there's a bunch of other
Yeah, there's
softwares.
about yeah.
But yeah, that's what every company is doing. But every time they send an email, it's using a certain amount of energy. So if, I don't know, like Express, for example, like I never open their emails anymore. I used to shop there. I don't anymore. And I'm still subscribed. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through and unsubscribe. And it's just like, I get it. I'm just one person. But like if multiple people do it, then it's kind of starts to make a difference.
It's the just keep swimming effect from Nemo.
So yeah, that was my my crazy fact about ChatGPT, my love.
Do you use ChatGPT for work, GB?
I don't need it for work. Well, it's because my firm or like my company, they have their own version of Google within like our policies and all that. So, and they say every time we ask a question, it learns when we ask a question, we go through everything's like, okay, actually I'm looking for this. It'll learn. So that's what next time someone asks that, it'll go straight to that answer. Things like that.
So it is like a type of.
It's
AI
the same
system.
thing.
Can Pam use it for work?
Yeah, I think she says she uses it.
Yeah.
Like when she's writing emails.
Yeah.
To like clients and stuff.
Yeah.
Like she would say something like, "Oh, please word this more professionally" or something like that.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Like when I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but a bunch of shit happened with my car, and my car ended up being at the dealership for like 12 days, right?
That was a
Almost
long-ass
2
time,
weeks,
yeah.
Damn.
because nobody ever called me, and like it was just a bunch of miscommunication. So at the end of it, I was fucking livid, and I like, because on the app you can voice to text, and so I just like talked to ChatGPT, like I told it my story as if I was telling you, and then I was like, please write me a complaint email, and oh my god, it went in. I didn't even change anything. I copied that shit, I pasted it, and fucking sent it. The only thing I changed was like names and dates, like because I wanted to get very specific, so I put like the dates, and like I did go through and make sure, but it was a real complaint email, and I was like, this is the kind of energy we need in this world.
Well, that was a horrible experience.
That was a really bad experience.
Fuck you, Mission Bay Volkswagen.
Did they resolve it? Or did they comp you for anything?
No, they didn't do shit.
They gave me a free tank of gas.
The fuck?
That they were supposed to give me anyway.
Yeah, damn.
And then, I mean, I I could have gotten more like money out of them, but I just didn't move forward with like the complaint. I'm
They were
so
just
bad
idiots.
at that shit. Yeah.
they were just fucking idiots.
But safe to say, I will not be buying another car at Mission Bay Chevrolet Volkswagen.
Mission Bay, San
off
Diego
the
to be
8?
exact. The one off the 8 freeway. The one, by SeaWorld and, all of that
No.
area right there.
I've never had an issue with them. Even like this was the first time like I've bought. Well, my two other cars were Volkswagen.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I got at Volkswagen in National City, decided I would never go back to that Volkswagen again. The second car I got it at Mission Bay, and honestly, I never had any issues there at all until this time. And I think this time it was just.
There was just a lot of
miscommunication. And like
no one wanted
everybody seemed overworked and they just seemed
there was
tired.
a lot of finger pointing, but you know what? Get your shit together.
And
You're
nobody
fucking
took
selling a car. Everybody's
accountability.
getting commission, so fuck you.
And
You
then
just-
because then I was like, this is what really made me upset, because I was like, you get like my car sat there for 12 days and like nobody wondered why nobody, like I didn't go pick it
no one
up.
picked it up. It was just
And
a
the
random car.
answer was, no, we have random cards here all the time. And I'm like, so then that just means you're out of touch with your customer.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have cars there. You're a fucking dealership. But like, what is my key and my car still doing there? Like, why 12 days later, like nobody connected it? And then I still got asked, oh, did you turn in the rental already? And I was like, I didn't even get offered a rental. Anyways, we're moving on. Yeah. I'm heated up again. And this was 2 months ago.
It's okay. We don't need their sponsorship.
No, but yeah.
Oh, shit. What?
If y'all want to know more, DM me.
Shout out Team Kia of El Cajon. I bought 2 cars with them, and they always hook it up.
All right, maybe my next car will be a Kia.
I had a pretty good experience with Jeep.
Because you were a fucking asshole to them.
Did I ever tell that story? Do we have time?
I think you did, but I don't know.
It's
That's
okay.
a long
We'll tell you guys later.
We'll talk about the Jeep story later.
Anyways, time for a pause.
Yes.
Jeep pause.
Have you guys seen how much a gallon of 55 gallons of lube costs? It's a barrel. It's like $1,700. That's how much Diddy was spending on his barrels.
Did you see? You can keep this on if you want. I don't mind talking about Diddy. But did you see his lawyer? What he said? Bro, that fool's going to jail.
I forgot. I don't know if I saw the newest one.
Jail. So he came out in a press conference or right after the trial or whatever. But he's all, like every American likes to buy in bulk, and there's a Costco right down the road. And that was his excuse for why he had so much baby oil.
Because he would buy in a bulk. It's so fucking stupid.
What the fuck?
I said it here first. I hope Diddy gets raped up the ass.
He is. I don't know. Do you think he's going to go to white collar jail?
Probably.
Maybe
Still hope he gets raped up the ass.
Epstein.
You know what's really sad?
A lot of things.
Is the whole Justin Bieber thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like as soon as this trial and everything started, we're back by the way, guys. Started coming, like a lot of things started coming out to light. I think in the way beginning when his house first got raided and there was like the speculations between him and Bieber, and the song Lonely was like,
Bro, I cannot listen to that song the same anymore.
yeah, and like you start listening to the lyrics and you're like, fuck, my boy just
Going through it.
Yeah, it was sad.
I'm gonna
Anyways.
listen to it on the way home.
Yeah,
It's a good song,
hits
I'm not gonna lie,
different.
yeah, but-
I've always liked that
Yeah.
song, but after I heard it and like I had seen a few TikToks and stuff, I was like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
it hits differently. And there's definitely pieces of like there's lyrics that you're like, wait a minute.
I kind of want to see that 50 Cent documentary on it.
Oh, I know.
Well, there's a lot of shit, like even like J. Cole and like the lyrics that he would say.
no,
or
well,
the
50
song-
Cent, 50 Cent is coming out with a documentary
Oh, yeah.
with Netflix about Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a song. J. Cole's is the one that has She Knows, right? She Knows. She Knows. Anyways, that song.
What?
There's like lyrics.
I think that's Ricky Martin. She bang.
no baby though. No, so there's lyrics in that song pointing to Diddy and all the shit that he's done, like reportedly allegedly murdering his like ex-wife, and then Beyonce and Jay-Z controlling everything, but Diddy controlling them. Just dude, it's crazy. All these conspiracy theories and an election fucking month, yo.
Fuck, it's almost election month. I don't want to get into politics.
Yeah.
I think Kim Kardashian is the one that rules it all.
She should be president.
No, I think she's climbed her way up.
Up dick.
No, you're not. No, I don't want to get into this. Right
I'm
now.
just a kid and life is a
But
nightmare.
Kanye West started saying it. Nobody believed him. They all thought he was
It's
crazy.
all the crazy people like Orlando. It's not Bloom, or for the one from That's So Raven.
When they went crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
yeah. Anyways,
shout out to the boys at PLP because I've been on my motherfucking ham. No, I've been on some emo mode lately because, well, by the time this comes out, it's probably like 3 episodes ago. But freaking Dreams went on the podcast and he was like all emoed out, like just for no fucking reason. I was watching it and you were like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Dude, it was fucking hilarious, and it just brought me back to like when I was like low key, like not at emo, but like you would listen to like Green Day and like Simple
Rar.
Plan, yeah, RAR XD. And I was like, yo, why the fuck was I so sad?
a song came on the other day while we were working out. I don't remember what song it is anymore. And Wendy was like, "You know the song, Paulina?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had like a low key emo stage. I can't remember. It was like a Green Day song or something. I just can't remember what song it was.
You know, okay, damn, we're talking about a lot of sad shit today, but or I am. The song September is actually because the lead singer's dad died
Oh,
in September.
I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that until like a few months ago.
Oh no, I
It
did.
was news to me.
You were fake emo then.
Yeah, I was. I was just thought it was because
You
school
didn't have
was
the
ending.
bangs?
Yeah, no, I didn't have the bangs. Hell no, my dad would have whipped my ass. Hell, eres emo?
I started listening to Avril Lavigne
Oh,
a couple weeks ago. I was like, damn, these songs hit hard.
Well, this is gonna be old news too by the time this comes out. But did you see that Linkin Park just hired a new lead vocalist? Because Chester, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Chester committed suicide. Rip Chester a long time ago. He was a lead vocalist of Linkin Park,
was like, recently?
Yeah, no, this is a while back ago. And they just recently came out in a show with a new lead singer. She's a female. And there's been a lot of controversy about it. I know we're really late to this conversation, but there's a lot of controversy because people are like, there's some people who are supporting. There's some people who are like, oh, well, you're never going to take Chester's spotlight. Like, doesn't sound the same. It's
Yeah,
not
they
the
should have
same.
renamed themselves.
Okay, that was one of the arguments. Do you think so?
I think so.
Really?
Because that's no longer Linkin Park.
Okay, but like, let's say like, I know this is a completely different genre, but like Journey has had like 10 lead singers since they've come out, since they've, blown up.
Enanitos Verdes still
Yeah.
going on.
I mean, and there's
Well,
still that
and to me,
band.
Enanitos Verdes will not be Enanitos Verdes anymore. With a new, if they bring in somebody new, if you perform without him, you're still Enanitos Verdes. But if you perform with someone in his place, like a new person, not like a feature, then you're no longer.
Well,
Enanitos
Linkin Park
Verdes in
came
my
out
eyes.
with new songs, but they were
but
paying
as
like,
Linkin Park.
yeah, and they were paying homage to Chester. And, like,
I understand why you wouldn't change your name because your name already
well, I
has
mean,
the
yeah,
recognition.
it's Linkin Park, like they're.
But like
I mean, that's
become something
Park
else
Lincoln?
by Linkin Park.
Nah, ya estás como los Club de Cuervos. For those of you who haven't watched Club de Cuervos. Club de Cuervos en Puebla de Nuevo... ¿Cómo era? Club de Cuervos de Nuevo León en Nuevo
don't
Toledo
remember,
en Puebla.
I don't know. I just feel like you start a band with specific people and those.
Wow, I didn't
those
think
are
you were
who
going to
your
take that
bands are.
route.
Yeah.
I think they should have
all
stayed
rock
as
ba-
Linkin Park.
Like Guns N' Roses, they've had new guitarists or
yeah, or like,
drummers.
yes, yeah.
And,
Yeah, I guess.
They're always like switching them out.
Or like just one passes away or like whatever it is. Like,
AC/DC.
But like,
I just feel like that's just such an iconic band. Like, why would you rebrand?
because you're no longer the same band anymore.
But Journey is huge, and they're like still. I just
Yeah,
really
I
like
guess I
Journey.
just-
Sorry, guys. but-
I actually
Yeah.
didn't know this about all of these bands. Like
Yeah.
like everybody you just named right now, I didn't realize that they would just. I guess I didn't realize it was the norm to just switch people out.
Well, it's just
if-
like they either fade out or they go solo or they pass away or just something happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's different in my eyes. It's different if you fucked up and they kicked you out, or if you decided you wanted out and then you got someone to come in your place. Then if you died,
Like Grupo Firme and Edwin. Like when he wanted out.
yeah. Like to me, well, you see, like if Edwin would have been like bye, that wouldn't have been Grupo Firme to me anymore.
Really?
Yeah, but
Okay, let's say Grupo
but wait,
Frontera.
let me go back. Hold on, let me go back to what I'm saying.
Payo wasn't their lead vocalist.
I didn't know who Grupo Frontera was before Payo being their lead vocalist.
Shout out Payo though.
Like
Pull up to the podcast,
I'm not like emotionally attached to it. But no, I think that if you fuck up and they kicked you out, or if you phase yourself out or whatever, all right, like no, like maybe to me you're not gonna be the same band because in my eyes, but like you can keep your name. But if the person died out of respect, you just don't replace them.
Oh, he didn't die. He committed suicide.
He committed suicide, but even that's worse.
But it's not fair for the other band members that want to make money or keep it going.
And like, what happens to the royalty? Well, I guess never mind.
No, well, you're still
Does
getting.
she get part of the royalties then?
Well, you see,
Probably
that's
there's
not
a
fair.
contract, like a
Right?
separate
There's some
contract.
sort of stipulation in the contract. There has to be. Speaking of unaliving yourself, did you guys catch that on Beetlejuice? I saw a TikTok about that today.
That who unalived too?
The dad. The new Beetlejuice. With
Oh, you can't give spoilers. People haven't watched it.
If you haven't watched it and it's mid-October, fuck you.
Have you watched it?
Cover your
Yeah,
ears.
it's to the first weekend.
All right.
Or second.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler fucking alert.
Fast forward 20 seconds if you don't want to
So
hear
there's
this.
a rule. I forgot how it was. I'm gonna butcher this, so don't come at me in the comments. Well, if you guys even fucking comment, I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. But so there was this thing where when you pass away normally, you go into the afterlife. You know, the whole train thing, and you move on, right? But if you don't, and you go against like the normal, I'm holding air quotation for those audio listeners, then you get a job in like the kind of what is it called? There's
In
actually
the underground.
Yeah, in the underground, but there's a name for it. Anyways, you get a job basically. You can't
Oh,
move
purgatory?
on. Purgatory, yeah. I guess that's their version of purgatory. So you get like a job. So when I keep on calling her Emma Watson, but it's not fucking Emma
Jenna
Watson.
Ortega?
When Jenna Ortega's character's dad passes, you see him working as a clerk. So that was kind of insinuating that he didn't really pass away in an accident. He committed
He
an
unalived
act
himself.
to unalive himself.
Oh, so like the car crashing into the lake was purposely done?
Mm-hmm. I'll send you guys a TikTok so you can put it in the clip. But remind me
I
when you're
thought they
fucking
were
editing
going
this.
down there because they didn't accept that they were dead.
No, I'll send you the TikTok so you can put it in the clip. But remind me, Jesus, fucking remind me.
Because I just saw the first one, and I remember vividly that they did crash on an accident.
Yeah.
It wasn't on purpose, but
Unless
I
he
thought
had
and
an
then I thought it's
ulterior
because
motive.
they weren't accepting that they were dead.
El
So
ti-
that's
bueno,
why they weren't going on.
El TikTok que yo vi era eso, de que they maybe there's two different rules, but the one TikTok that I saw was that if you unalive yourself, then you really don't get to move forward.
well, this is all just
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
a conspiracy.
But everyone still has to pass there.
Yeah.
That's why they get their ticket.
Yeah.
To figure out where they're gonna go.
Yeah, that's why what's his face had to like do some sort of trickery and get Emma.
Could be.
Jenna Ortega's soul
Wednesday.
to get into Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I know her everything, but I don't even know what her name is in this movie.
Dude, I don't know why do I keep fucking up her name?
I know the mom's Riley, right? No.
No.
No,
Wow.
I'm thinking of Inside Out.
And we just watched it
For
too.
real. Can we give a shout out to Bob though?
What were their names?
Rip Bob.
Aw,
That was
poor
fucking
Bob.
sad. You got this, GB. You got this. I believe in you.
I can't think of
Summon
it
your
right now.
inner Disney.
Lydia is the mom.
Lydia.
It's Disney, right?
Huh?
Wait, but isn't
Beetlejuice?
Lydia the older one? The stepmom?
No, the mom, like they used to.
Oh, okay.
That was
the
the
mom.
younger.
Yeah,
in the
that
first
was the
movie.
younger one. And then her daughter is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it and then I'll let you.
You're gonna give up.
I know it was a good movie.
It was
lot
a
of
good
people
movie. I liked
giving
it.
it hate.
I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. I liked the first one more. I do like the original one more.
I
But I thought it was a fun movie.
I like
to
the
watch.
musical in this.
Astrid.
This
yeah.
one,
Astrid.
Astrid.
I went into the movie obviously not knowing what to expect or not going with any expectations, but I really did feel like it lacked something. Like I left that movie theater like without a climax. Pause.
I think you. I feel like you say that about every Tim Burton movie, though. So I just don't think you're a fan of his writing style.
Maybe I'm not because yes, Edward Scissorhands Edward Scissorhands, I really felt like I got blue balled.
Or Nightmare Before Christmas.
And he hates that
I know
movie.
we talked about this
Yeah.
last Halloween episode.
Yeah, so I just think because like to me it was a Tim Burton movie. It felt like a Tim Burton movie. You know, like a little long, a little interesting, sometimes a little weird. Like just like it's just his style of.
You know what
writing.
it was though too? I think the wedding scene, it needed more beef. Like the whole, or maybe it's just my thing against musicals.
Yeah.
I left my
way
cake
too-
I liked
out-
it. I thought it was fun,
cake
but
out
yeah.
in the rain.
He already knows the song and shit. Anyways,
we got some Q&As from the homies on the pod.
shout out. Thank you for sending your Q&A.
Thank you for sending Q&As for us
Wow,
to
we got a lot of them.
read on the podcast.
Are we gonna read?
Ah,
We're gonna answer all of them.
ah. Sorry.
Santos cielos.
Santo cielo, quiero pelear, quiero pelear. We'll go through a few. What time is it?
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll go for a
Let's
little.
see.
We'll go for
Let's
a
see how
little.
many we get through.
We'll go for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And if not, we'll move the rest over to Comadreando because
I'm
next
just a
time
kid and
we're gonna
life
record
is a
Comadreando.
nightmare.
So send in your
I'm just a
Comadreando.
kid.
Shut up.
I know
I'm talking
it's
to the
not
people.
fair. Nobody
To the
cares
comadres.
because I'm alone and this world is
Oh my God, this
having
fucking
more
pillow's gonna
fun
be the
than
end of
me tonight.
Where are you?
All right, hold on, let me. Wait, what was your emo song?
Huh?
What was your favorite emo song?
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
No.
dun, dun, dun.
I can't think of one right now. I was very into Green Day though. I really liked Green Day. Oh, I did like that song. Oh, actually, I fucked with that song so hard. Anything Green Day was like it for me.
Dude, that
for
song
sure.
hits,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't emo, but there was like a group of homies, Vero and Vero more than anything, dude. She was hella emo, but that song, dude.
No, I
oh
want to
my
like
God.
look up top emo songs.
I low-key want to like listen to it real quick. You guys down for that? Like quick 5 seconds.
We should do like a karaoke night.
Oh, I'm down. You know what? Oh,
should.
remember
But
when we
just
went for
emo themed.
Yosavo's first year?
That was fun.
That was super fun. Carlos, just do that shit again. Also, shout out Beto Hueto and his girlfriend Bree. It was a Beto Hueto's dad's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Beto Hueto Senior.
3 weeks ago. Damn.
We can't now listen. We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, this is getting cut off.
Let's move
Let's
on.
move the fuck on.
This is a sad episode.
Woo! All right. Beto Hueto. Our first question. What high school did Mario go to?
We all know what high school Mario went to.
Modern day Catholic high school. I need to stop staying.
No,
I need to stop.
Marion. Then
Oh yeah, it was
Meanie
Marion
ass
first,
fool.
and then modern day Catholic. Yeah, and you liked my Nini self, okay?
Yeah, what happened?
Who do you think is the fans' favorite? Who do y'all think is the fans' favorite?
Comadre Pau. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't
a.
know.
It's hard. I think it's a tie between you and Jesus.
Yeah,
Because
people really like Jesus.
People really fucking like Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's because you don't really talk too much, but then when you talk, you say some banger shit, and then people love Come Out Their Pal
know,
because of the
'cause, I mean-
segment. Well, no, I mean I'm not saying you don't talk a lot, but you know.
No. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying, but like you also like people really like your persona. In
Yeah,
the
they talk to you.
podcast too. And
Well, they talk to me.
you,
That doesn't
yeah.
mean they fucking like me.
Well, they like if they talk to you, they like you.
I think it's you, Jesus, me, bottom tier.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
That's
I
tough
think
one.
I just talk too much, and people.
Maybe we should do a poll.
Okay.
Thanks to this Q&A.
Thanks
we're
to this
gonna
Q&A,
do
we're
a
gonna
poll,
do a
and
poll.
We're gonna get answers.
I'm gonna-
Participate in the damn poll.
For real. Dude, seriously, participate, guys. What the fuck? I gotta fucking yell at you guys and shit. My God. What? Okay, this is more of a merch standpoint.
Okay.
What is your criteria when finding a hat distributor? There ain't no
Fuck,
criteria,
there
my
ain't no
boy.
criteria.
Whatever is fucking accessible. And if you got good color waves, I'm coming at you, dog. You get my money.
I think. Oh, good.
Thank you, Jerry Kessel, for that one.
I definitely think that we need to start having a criteria.
We definitely do
though.
need to start traveling up.
We were kind of like shooting shit at the wall to see what would stick and finding and like trying different local vendors out, things like that. No,
I'm gonna say though, these new butter colored shirts and the crop tops that we made like 3 years ago, those shirts are like mint.
Yeah, the new shirts are really really
like they're
thick and nice.
fucking butter. No pun intended, because the actual color is butter.
But yeah, hats we've just kind of been trying different.
Yeah,
vendors,
there's different distributors. Honestly, like if you're getting like top tier hats, there's really only like 2, 3 maybe brands that are really good.
Yeah, but you're gonna be ready for the expense.
Yeah,
and with the expense comes your prices being higher.
Yeah,
so you have to keep in mind.
What do you guys want? A cheap $20 Viva Con Huevos hat or a $50 Viva Con Huevos hat?
And in reality, like not a lot of people are paying $50 for a hat. So you have to, you just have to take different things into
I'm just trying not to
consideration.
take all your guys' money. All right, I would if I could, but I'm trying to.
If you want to send it, go for it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you want a $50 hat, I'll make a $50 hat. God
Just
damn,
but just
man.
The dry fit
$10
ones
for-
you made are cool.
Oh yeah, I really like those.
Yeah,
Only
those
made
aren't
like 3
out
of
yet,
them, but
yeah.
Yeah, you know how much money I've dropped on like merch that hasn't come out because I've been testing out shirts and hats for like years.
Yeah, I guess we are testing things
Yeah.
out.
We've talked about this one, but there's new listeners. Are you? Well, this one doesn't count for you because girls don't use the restroom. Are you a waddler or folder when it comes to toilet paper?
Waddler?
Yeah,
What the
like
fuck is a waddler?
like you put it in a wad like a ball.
How does this not apply to me?
I thought girls don't go to the bathroom.
We pee and we use toilet paper.
Oh, okay, you pee. Okay, they don't use it for any other.
Who the hell grabs toilet paper and just goes like
There's
this?
people that they're savages.
I'm a folder.
Yeah. What about
Yeah,
you?
I grab my 2 plies, pop un poquito de agüita.
Yeah, I'm a folder.
If I don't have wipes.
For real, who waddles?
If you're a waddler, then
their toilet
you're
paper?
kind
You
of
got that shit all over your head.
Fucking hate
Ew.
life.
If you're a waddler, you definitely sniff your hand after you wipe.
Ew.
All right, next one. This one's for you, baby. Less than a year to go. Give us some wedding updates, please.
Oh my god.
We haven't done shit yet.
No, that's not true. I'm in the fucking midst of wedding planning at the moment. Updates. Save the dates are going out soon. I know this comes out in 3 weeks, so the save the dates will already be out. They should have been out already a week ago. I know. I'm sorry.
And if you
there
didn't
was
win,
a
you
delay.
weren't invited.
No. Well, we'll see. We will be sending out physical and virtual. Just kind of depends on who you are. I know who'll keep it and I know who will throw it away. The ones I know will throw it away are getting a virtual one.
If you're old, you're getting a printed one. And if you're tech
The
savvy,
virtual one is actually
you're
so
getting
cute.
a text.
I love the virtual one so much more than like a printed one. Because when you click, like it's like through a website. So when it says like click here, and so you click it and it's an envelope and it opens and it throws confetti. And I just feel like it goes so well with like our destination. Like I don't know, it's cute. So I like it more. But I know that the tias and tios and the older and some friends will
3.
appreciate like the printed one,
The 3
But the
tias
majority
I
will throw
invited.
away.
For the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. I've just started working on the wedding website. So
We got our catering.
You just
That's
said yes to
exciting.
something.
I said
yeah.
yes to the dress.
biggest thing, dude.
Actually, my biggest anxiety right now is traveling with the dress. I like it really hit like this morning it hit me and I was like, holy shit, I have to travel with this thing. And I
Shout
am
out Issa.
not checking
She
it
told
in.
us to like buy it a seat,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy it a seat.
and I'm gonna peek.
Damn.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna peek.
Yeah, because like you can either put it on in the overhead compartment, but then you have to like fold it and do all these things. And like, granted, I'm gonna get it steamed in Oaxaca. Like I'm not gonna get it steamed here because then it's gonna be so much more expensive because they steam it here, they steam it there. But either way, like you never know like what can happen if somebody puts their bag. Like things can just happen. Like granted, it's in a garment bag and stuff, But I feel like today I was like, wait, because I started watching TikToks because I wanted to find a garment bag. That would like fit it and stuff, and people were saying how like sometimes the bag wouldn't fit or it wouldn't go through TSA through the scanner. Yeah, and so they were like making them check the dress, and I was like, "There's no way in hell I check a
I
dress."
didn't even think about having to check it.
Check
because
it
of
in,
that.
yeah. So like, no, I'm not doing that, you know. But there's different ways, especially since I'm gonna get it steamed out there. I'm not like that worried, but I am. It is like definitely. I think that traveling day is gonna be really stressful for me.
You don't have family over there?
No.
No.
It would have been easier like to send things ahead of time.
Well, the wedding
We are
planner
gonna
lives
send things
there,
ahead
but-
of time because the
Yeah.
wedding planner did tell us that we could send things to her. And so like for the wedding, we're gonna check, like I already did all this. We're gonna check in our bag with like our clothes for the week, and everything for the wedding will go with us.
Yeah.
Because if anything happens, at least we have that, you know? Anyway, so yeah, I said yes to the dress. I'm really excited about it. I actually like said yes, and the next day I was like, okay, where's my dress? You know, and it takes months. Like I don't know how people do
Damn.
this.
Well, you said yes for the listeners in September,
Mm-hmm.
and they quoted you it wouldn't come the latest until March.
March. Could be here earlier, could be here. Honestly, it doesn't bother me if it gets here later because that's when they do the measurements for the alterations, and I rather it be closer to the date so
Yeah.
I don't have to get as many alterations if I lose more weight.
For real, I gotta go check my.
That's what I was gonna ask. So I was gonna say, oh, that means you have to stay how you are
Yeah.
for the next year.
Yeah.
But they can still alter.
They can
stuff
still alter, yeah, as long as they're making it smaller and not bigger. So yeah, I can't gain weight. I mean, they can make it bigger, but it's not ideal.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to gain weight. So yeah, by the time I alter it though, I plan on like being at the weight that I want to be at. Because even if it comes in January, like I don't have to go get the alterations in January. I could
Yeah, you
wait
can wait
because
a little bit.
alterations don't take that long. Yeah. So there's that. We gave the caterer deposit. We have a photographer.
With
We're going to
venue.
go take pictures when we're out there at the end of October. We have the venue. Truthfully, the only two big things that are missing are the DJ, which is next,
And the
and the
decorations.
decoration. Yeah, so whoever's gonna decorate for us, we have to hire.
And find out how we're gonna decorate.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Yeah.
ton of Pinterest boards for that, you know.
And the saxophone guy.
Yeah, the saxophone guy.
And the mini bar.
And no. Yeah. So I mean, overall, I think it's going really well. The making the list for the sending out the save the dates.
Oh yeah,
has
we totally
been-
went over budget.
Oh, dude.
Yo.
I don't understand how our list got so big. We
Bro,
don't.
we were
even,
like-
I don't even know how I know that many people.
we were like, all right, we're gonna keep it at like 150 because usually you take off a certain percent, and we're like, okay,
So it would have been like 120.
120,
people that would have gone.
130 the most. We did a list today. It was like pushing 200. We're like,
Damn.
yay, yo.
Yeah, we're at 180 people.
It's about to be lit though.
But a lot of it, like, there's a lot of family on that list that like I don't anticipate going. Yeah.
But you had to pay for 180 people.
No. You can start at a lower number.
So we told pro tip for those of you getting married soon or plan to get married, you tell the caterer, hey, let's say for example, our list is 180, right? You tell the caterer, hey, I only want to pay for 130 plates because you can always add more plates, but most catering places won't let you take away.
Yeah.
So start with the lower number. So that's what we did.
Yeah. So our SVPs are going to be extremely strict because I have to give the caterer a number,
Final number.
and our number is there's a really big gap. You know, like I could see if it was 120 and it was 150. You know, like that's not that big of a gap, but like our gap is pretty big. So our SVPs, like there's a hard deadline, and if you don't get your SVP in, like we'll follow up and stuff. But if it's not in, like sorry, there's no place, so you're no
You
longer
better
coming.
Uber Eats.
Yeah. So that was a little stressful. I think putting the list together was stressful. I didn't realize like how many people's last names I don't know. You know, like yeah, because
I was working and I was like, hey, I need all these people's last names, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And granted, I knew the majority of them, but it was a shit ton of people.
yeah, so like that, and like I'm trying to put them all like first name last name now because like I'm gonna need it for the seating chart, and I've heard that the seating chart is like the most stressful part of like the wedding. But I knock on wood, I hope I'm not jinxing myself, but the way I have my list is already kind of the way I would seat people. So it's gonna get complicated when I have to split, but not so much like where we're gonna put people.
Yeah, because I think the way we did our list was like close friends and friends we know from like the podcast and the friends that like,
and then we started like adding in.
And then like my other social groups and her other social groups and then family members. So it's already in like tiers.
Yeah. So hopefully it won't be that hard, but we shall see once I get to that point. What else have we done? The list has consumed 2 of my days. And
Yeah,
we're
okay.
still not 100% done.
Yeah.
We have to sit down. I need all phone numbers because everything's going to be virtual. So I have to make sure I have everybody's phone number.
You guys decide on a color.
For the wedding itself or for like the bridesmaids and
We're wearing this
It's
Jovi
like the
blue.
main color. I thought it was the same overall, but I guess it's different.
No, so we're going very neutral.
Butter.
Butter.
There's gonna be like pops of color. We'll have to speak to the decorator. I have like a Pinterest board, very earthy tones, like sage, burnt pinks, things like that. Like nothing too bright or anything. And then like the bridesmaids will be wearing a champagne color. And then the plan for the groomsmen is all black, no?
Right now, all black. Yeah. I think it just looks a lot more put together.
And what about you?
Dude,
still
I
doesn't
keep
know.
going back and forth. I'm such a bridezilla. Because I low key want to wear. I don't know. So I never, and everybody that knows me, I am the worst person when it comes to wearing white. The worst.
Well, it's gonna get dirty.
No, well, it's just like I am
Yeah,
the
'cause
worst
it's gonna
person
get
when
dirty.
it comes to wearing white. Like I literally, I can step outside and for some odd fucking reason, I'll get fucking dirty. But the white tux has really grown on me
Yeah.
on the low.
We'll have to go try them on. There's a
Yeah.
couple places that we want to check out for his tux. Just to like feel it out too.
I also saw like a creamed colored one that was pretty nice. There was another color that we saw that I liked. But for some reason, I'm like leaning towards the lighter color.
You should look into those waterproof ones. That way, if something spills on you,
Oh, like it beads.
Seriously.
It just beads off.
We're gonna have our wedding coordinator is gonna have to walk around with a Tide stick to go.
I actually started seeing some suits that like they look complete, but like I guess if you open it, they have like tiny holes in the bag, so like it helps with sweating and stuff.
Okay, that was another thing too. So I do need to get mine custom made because everybody that knows me knows that I fucking sweat. Like it could be like negative 30 degrees outside, but I'm sweating.
Yeah,
It's probably warm over there.
it's
It is.
super
It's, like,
warm.
tropical.
Yeah, it's like
They're
90 degrees
they're
right
pretty
now.
close to the
over
equator,
there.
so it's like a lot of.
Well, not right now, but like during the
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like high 80s. Yeah. So yeah. That's the update. We're definitely trying to get ahead of the ball on a lot of the things. I think we did pretty
yeah.
good at like getting ahead of the ball on the bigger things, like the venue we've had for
Since the last
since
Oaxaca
June.
trip, yeah.
Yeah. The coordinator we've had since before that. The photographer, it took us a while because we just couldn't decide on a style or like we hadn't found anyone. But I think the people we chose are good.
Yeah. They have a pretty good resume.
Yeah. And yeah, little details will come soon, but that's where we're at right now with the bigger things.
It's about to be lit.
Excited. I love weddings.
Me too.
It's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited too.
Anyways, next one.
Oh, we have the church.
Oh yeah, we do.
Also important.
The most
That was the
important
first
part.
thing we had that we got
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
guys
that
need
was-
you guys need to do anything special
for the
the church?
church. Well, we'll have nos tenemos que preparar.
Yeah.
So we
I
have
know
to go
there's
through some
classes that we have to
classes.
take.
Yeah.
But I think other than that, nothing
Nothing
super
else.
So
special.
you guys can take them here, or you guys have to go.
No,
there?
we can take them here.
Oh, yeah, we
So
can
we
take
do them here at our church. So we're gonna do them at Corpus Christi, and then they send everything over.
Yeah. Next one. Worst job you've ever had, and how long were you there for?
Aldo, the shoe place. I was probably there for like
Really? Was that your worst job? I thought you were just playing.
no, that was my worst job.
Why?
I just hated my manager.
Hello, manager.
She was a bitch.
Where are you, honey buns?
It was cool because I got a discount on shoes, and it was my first job, so my entire paycheck was fucking going on shoes. But yeah, she was a bitch. I was probably there for like 6 months, and then I quit. And I was like, bye. And I went to Coach in Las Americas,
Bye, Felicia.
and that was fun. And then I went to Macy's. I was all over the place.
What about you, GB?
I don't see it as a job I hated, but if you just compare this job, I'm gonna explain it right now, and you guys would think it's the worst job. So when I was at Jack, like I was literally making $8 an hour,
Yeah.
working graveyard shifts, just taking all the bullshit from customers.
But then you made it all the way up to like manager, no?
I made it up to a manager.
And made $10 an hour.
I made it was like 9.25 or something like that.
Not even okay.
These are 2010, so it's a while back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I always thought like, oh, I'm just working. Like this is how it's supposed to be. I'm working. I'm making money. No complaints.
It's a job, yeah.
And whenever I was discontent or like whenever I felt I needed to move on, I just moved on.
That's true.
Because it was a shitty job once you like compare it to what you're doing now or when you look back on it. But at the time, I was okay.
Well, that was your first job too, right?
And
that
it's like an entry level thing too. You know, you start like small, but then you obviously made it pretty big. Yeah,
it taught me to hustle and just be a leader and stuff.
Oh, it's funny because today when I was putting in phone numbers in my spreadsheet, I went to look for yours, and I have you as Jesus Jack in the Box.
Damn.
Honestly, just never changed
Jesus free tacos. That's fucked up.
No, I mean we were friends before he started working at Jack in the Box, so I don't know why it's like that.
For the perks.
No, I don't know. It's just funny that happened. But yeah.
For me, I think I've had two pretty bad jobs. The last company I worked for, fuck you, OmniSync, and when I got catfished from the...
Oh, that one was bad.
Was
I don't even think OmniSync le llega para nada. That was horrible.
So I worked for this. So I had applied to be a caregiver for an agency that was supposed to be... Fuck, I don't remember how they marketed it. Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was like solid marketing.
Yeah, it was like...
I remember he read it to me and I was like, oh yeah, this sounds great.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, bet. Like after work... some extra money. It was like a part-time gig. And I was like, all right, I can do this. Like I've been a CNA. I've seen some worse shit. And I get to my first actual day of work. I did the orientation one day and I get to my actual first day of work. And it ended up being a caregiver position for adults that have
special
needs that live in community housing. But when I tell you, I mean, there's different type of special needs, and
these were like extreme special
these
needs.
were like
like didn't have
like
arms.
24/7 assistance, like complete loss of like their dependency. Like I mean, they were dependent completely 100% on you. Like move, use the restroom, shower, everything. Which granted, I've done before. But knowing that I was going to be doing that, this one just completely blindsided me. Like I got into the first job, I was like, yo, this is nothing that was on the job description. Completely nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember that first day, my supervisor talked to the head nurse there at the house that I was working at the time. And she's like, oh, I got really good feedback from your charge nurse. She said, don't let this guy go because he knows what he's doing. And then that should have been the first red flag. I was like, you're telling me like all these people that work here, like they don't know what the fuck they're doing?
Yeah.
But dude, this thing, like I blew out my back and I would come home like, I think like one day I like low-key cried because of how like it smelled, the conditions I was working in. I was beat right after work. Like it was bad, bro.
Well, you ended up not going back because of the day that it smelled really bad, no? And then the next day you were supposed to go to work.
Oh no, I no call, no show that place.
He didn't even like call out. You just stopped going, right? Yeah. I do remember when that started happening. Like he told me about it, and I was like, oh okay, like yeah, whatever, like extra money. And then like he told me about his story, and I was like, all right, well I guess just gotta let him live this one out. Like I don't know what chapter or why he has to go through this, but he just does.
I wasn't even there that long. I didn't answer that question.
4 days.
Yeah, no, I was a little longer. I was like 2-3 weeks.
No, you were not there for weeks.
It was definitely 2 paychecks.
Really?
Yeah, it was 2 paychecks.
Shit.
Yeah, it was 2 paychecks.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was like way shorter than that.
I'll tell you one that really humbled me was when I worked for the kids that came here undocumented.
Oh yeah,
that one was rough. Especially
but you liked that one.
I loved that one. That it humbled me in a good way. Especially because that one hit home because the majority of them were coming from like Central America. Yeah, no, I really like that one. If there was something like I could go back to and do again, it would be that job.
Yeah.
That was great.
People from Paraguay.
They were from all over the place, all over Central America. There was people from like Brazil, El Salvador, Guatemala. There was people from Paraguay. There was people from Chile. Didn't you have
a couple of them that like only spoke their dialect?
Yeah. That was rough too. They're like, comer, fuck. Okay. Last thing you and your significant other fought about. Leaving my shit on the floor.
Yeah. Because I think we've talked about this before on the podcast. Mario will put things in his dirty clothes basket, but he doesn't make it and he just leaves it on the floor. Instead of picking it up, he just leaves it there and he walks past it and he walks past it and he walks past. Bro. And so the other day I was like, this is it. I'm going to start throwing your shit away. Like, you either fucking put that in the hamper or I'm going to throw everything on the trash on the floor away. Whatever. And you got mad at me. But it wasn't like a real fight. We haven't fought in a long time. But that, dude, I cannot stand it. Clothes everywhere.
I don't get mad that easily. So
no. What did you get mad at me the other day? Oh, you got mad at me because I moved your stuff, but I didn't move it.
Okay. Don't fucking air
because
quote.
If I would have
Don't
moved
air
it,
quote the move. Jesus, this is what she does, and it stresses me out. Yes,
No, but
I do
I
put shit in random places, and I do leave things scattered around the house. But I would put shit in like places that I don't know.
That's not true.
No, yes,
I put everything in your junk drawer.
No, you're such a BSer, dude. No, because you will put
I used to put everything in your backpack when you used to use your backpack, and now you don't use your backpack. So I put everything in the junk drawer. So if I moved it, it's in the junk drawer.
This is making me mad.
Happy
Jesus.
wife, happy life.
So this is dumb. We didn't really fight, but I just found it funny right now because we did kind of have a thing about it. So last Friday, my girlfriend came over, and before she come over, it's like, hey, I told her, hey, I want to order food. That way, when you get here, we can eat. Like, you don't have to wait too long. This and that. It's like, what are you craving? And I always ask her that. And then normally there's that thing like, oh, girls never know what they want.
Yeah.
But she legit told me I've been craving sushi. Mm-hmm. So I go on DoorDash and I'm like looking for sushi, and then I see the Otai crab and sushi. Uh-huh. But then I see like the Louisiana style shrimp, like the boiling
the bag.
Uh-huh. And that's her favorite food. And I was like, you know what? What if I just surprise her with her favorite food? Oh, and I'm gonna grab that. I cook rice. I order the shrimp. She gets home and I told her, hey, I got a surprise. I got you the boiling shrimp, like your favorite, with the potatoes and the corn.
Look, it's your favorite, but it's not sushi.
And then she's like, I told you what I wanted, right? Like, girls never say what they want, and I actually told you what I wanted because I was craving it. But I still appreciate you giving me my favorite food. But I just want to let you know I'm never going to tell you again what I want because you're not going to get it.
Like, thank you for the effort, but fuck you.
I was like, damn.
That's funny. Honestly, I would probably do the same
you
shit.
would.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I would probably have done the same shit.
Or like if you're the kind of person that I'll be like, oh, I want sushi, and like damn well the sushi I like, so you'll come home with the sushi you want.
Hell yeah,
it's sushi, but it's not the one I want.
Hey, but it was something because I remember too. It's like 2 weeks ago she said she wanted some, and she never went for it. I was like, I'm gonna do her the favor and get it.
Nah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
That was a 2 week ago craving.
Sorry about that, man. That's mean. We're just trying to. We're just boys trying to do our best. All right, just the boy.
I'm so excited.
That's
I cooked perfect
funny.
rice too.
She said, she goes back home. She tries the other
I offered
2 hours back.
I can order sushi. Like, I'll bring it right now.
You should have made her sushi with the rice you made.
I know.
Will you let your kids cuss in front of you when they are young? How young? Should we
cuss to me?
Or just cuss in general?
Because if it cuss to
me, in front of you. I think if you allow them to cuss in front of you, that's like giving them the okay to cuss to you. Mm.
Yeah. As cool as I want to be, I don't think so. At least not like in the first 15 years of age.
I don't think I started cussing in front of my family until I was like 17, 18. And even then I would push it. Like, not push it, but I would like.
I don't even cuss in front of my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm super malcriado. Like.
Yeah. Mal hablado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only cuss with my friends. Like you
And
guys.
even then, I don't think you cuss a lot.
No. It is one thing that is going to be really hard for me is to like stop cussing when we have kids
Yeah.
because even like now when I'm around kids, I'm like, oh, like I'll say something, I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I
no,
said
it's really
shit.
hard. Like when
You
we're
know?
when we're around like
Yeah, because
Yeah.
porque yo sí, o sea, a mí sí se me salen a cada rato.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think I would want my kids running around cussing. I don't think it sounds good. Like I don't what.
I always remember the time where my oldest niece was little, and I cussed in front of her for the first time. And I dropped something, and I remember I was taking care of her. I dropped something, and I was like, "Shit!" And then she goes, "Shit!" And I was like, "Fuck!" Because like I got scared that she learned what I said, and then she goes, "Fuck!" It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Shit! Fuck!
Yeah. No, I don't necessarily want to let our kids cuss.
Yeah, I think until you're like cuss with your homies, because I know they're gonna do it anyway. But I think
Yeah, and okay, maybe that's why I'm so put off by it right now because there was these kids walking by the other day and like they were probably like 8-10 years old and they were like cussing like crazy and I just like you're a little kid, like what are you doing?
yeah, but I think at that age you like look at it and like you want to be cool, you know? So because I remember I started like cussing at like a pretty young age, but like it had no like it was with like no context.
Yeah.
You know, like it would like I would just say it just to blur it out because I wanted to be cool, but it wasn't because like it fit in the sentence that I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't necessarily want our kids to be cussing.
Yeah.
I'd say like
7,
13,
16.
14.
Oh damn, okay. That's
You're new. By the time you're in middle school, you know they're doing it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like
middle
in
school
front of
going
you,
into high school. I mean, no,
I think
don't
maybe like the
necessarily-
occasional
like the occasional,
like
yeah.
like something happens and it startles you and like shit, you know, like I think
Like, I don't
that's
want
like
that- yeah.
I think that's like a natural reaction that we all do because I know I'm gonna have to I know it's gonna happen when our kids are growing up and I something happens and I'm gonna do it in front of them and they're gonna pick up on it. So I really can't be mad if they're picking up on my own actions. Now if I have the self-control and I'm able to control it and they're just learning it from an outside source and they're like little by little being vulgar in front of me and they're not getting that from me, then maybe that's why I have the issue.
I think it's just teaching them about respect. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Who you're saying it in front of, like, at least in my situation, I would say like it's okay if you guys do it, but with elders or with like in public or you know, like even with me, like just try not. Don't,
yeah. Place and a time.
If it comes out, or you know,
Use your professional voice.
yeah,
I think that's where having a job in customer service comes in.
yeah.
una nalgadas.
Who do you think we will be playing on oldies radio in 30 years?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah? Bad Bunny?
Anybody we're listening to right now?
But who do you think is going to be like a classic? Like right now we listen to like
Well, that wasn't
you
the
know like
question.
radio. I know, but like who? But like now let's formulate another question in that question.
Well, you guys didn't answer the question. I answered
Bad
it.
Bunny? Yeah, I think what who we're listening to right now like Balvin.
Like we'll listen to it in 30 years and
Sabrina
say this is a
Carpenter.
classic.
Yeah. I don't think
I mean, even right now, like if you look back, if you listen to like a Black Eyed Peas song or
Yeah.
T-Pain, you're like, oh, this is a classic.
yeah. Taylor
So-
Swift, as much as I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
her, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure she's gonna be one
Taylor
of those
Swift would be one of
iconic.
those.
The Weeknd?
Weekend
No.
could be.
Yeah. Mike Jones. I know you don't know the name. Ain't nothing changing.
30 years from now. Justin Bieber, like he was at his. Well, I mean, I think he
Yeah.
already stopped, but at one point they're gonna look back, or
Beyonce.
I
Beyonce,
don't fucking like Beyonce.
like Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, all them.
Yeah. Anybody we're listening to right now will be on oldies music in 30 years. We're gonna be 60.
Hijo, ponme el conejo malo.
That's scary.
60, but
Voy a llevar a
the way the trend has been going, 60 is not as old as people think 60 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
'Cause
People
it's
are
not
more
the same
lucid.
anymore.
Yeah.
My grandma wasn't lucid at 60. Well, not lucid. Like she wasn't like
Active.
Oh, pause.
technology
No.
savvy.
Yeah.
But the newer 60-year-olds, they're like on it.
Because we grew up with technology.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for submitting your Q&As. If we didn't get your question, we will next talk and talk. A lot of them were kind of scary based, so we are gonna
save them for
spooky.
We're gonna dress up for that one.
Yeah,
Apparently we are.
yeah, we are. I'm gonna be a bottle of lube.
55-gallon bottle loop.
Anyways, guys.
I hate myself for laughing at that.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, leave some comments, guys. You guys, la neta, me decepcionaron un poquito la semana pasada. I'm not gonna, I was a little.
For real, you guys kept texting us.
Yeah, I was a little. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I started this podcast with an apology. I'm gonna end with a semi-apology, but I was a little discouraged. This last podcast, the one where me and Jesus and Bao were the opposite gender. Cause y'all, I always ask you guys to like leave a comment, drop a comment, engage, and you know what I got? Niente, nada,
You got
cero.
comments.
Yeah, Bao.
You gotta appreciate the ones that are in there.
No, I love you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Like, don't take this wrong. It's just when I really say don't text me. Like what you guys are thinking. It's really just because, and this is where my apology comes in. I didn't mean to be rude because I was really rude to some people when they texted me.
Why are you being rude to people?
Because I want
At
them
least
to
they're
engage
giving
in the
you-
comments.
Yeah, but they don't understand.
We'll understand because I've been
no,
saying
they
it for like
don't. They're
80
not
something
in
episodes.
but they're not in this world.
Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for texting me. But please engage in the comments because that's what helps us out.
Yes, you have to explain it to them.
Yeah.
And if you're not subscribed on YouTube, you'll see that it's flashing right now. The little button, subscribe.
Yes.
Yes. But thank you guys. Keep commenting. Don't DM me. I love you guys. Y como siempre, live your best life. Fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So vive con huevos, guys. Leave your comments in the comments. Love you. We out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Give it thanks.